Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Structural Funda. Today we are going to learn about concept of direct and bending stress with some definition which is going to be used for the calculation of direct and bending stress on the column section. So first definition for the bending stress, it is axial load and it is defined as the load acting on the symmetricity of the given column section or any section, or we can say that the load passing through the largest dimension of given section is known as the axial load. In short, if column is given, then the vertical load passing through the CG of the section is known as the axial load, and for beam section having the horizontal load which is passing through the CG of the given beam in the direction of length is known as the axial load. Now second definition is eccentric load, and the simple definition for eccentric load is the load which is not passing through the axis of symmetricity or longitudinal axis of the section rather than the axial load is known as the eccentric load. Now the third definition is, it is defined as the horizontal distance between the longitudinal axis of the given column, or we can say that the CG of given column axis to the line of action of the load. Means it means that if load is given on the column as shown in the figure, then the distance between the CG of the axis to the application of load or line of application of load is defined as the eccentricity. And if the load is acting on eccentric distance, then due to the couple system of this eccentric load, bending stress is generated. So we know that the direct stress, which can be defined as the ratio of resistance to the cross sectional area, and for bending stress we have equation m by I which is equal to sigma, which is bending stress divided by y. So bending stress can be written as m divided by I into y, or we know that I by y is z. So bending stress is nothing but m by z. So if eccentric load is given for the given column section, then due to the eccentricity, direct stress as well as the bending stress is generated on the column, and we have to calculate both the stresses according to the given condition. Now let us going ahead for the next point as effect of an axial load as well as the eccentric load on the column. So let us consider first case as the load is given at distance small e as a eccentricity, and the effect of load or application of load is as p kilonewton. And we know that for superposition theorem, if for existing condition we add some force or deduct same effect of the force from the system, then it is similar to the given system. Now considering the load as a p kilonewton as a axial load, it means that only p load which is passing through the CG axis. Now rest of the couple system at distance e, which is like force and unlike parallel force, so it is defined as, now this system is similar to the given system if we add case C and D. So from C and D we can say that the load given is as axial load, while for the couple system at case D it is bending, or we can say that the eccentric loading. When the eccentric load is given on the column, then it creates the axial stress as well as bending stress, and the axial stress, which is P by A, and bending stress, which is M by Z, and we know that the direct stress is in the compression, and for the calculation purpose we are going to use compressive force as a positive. Hence total stress can be written as direct stress plus bending stress, while minimum value for the total stress is direct stress minus bending stress. So we have to calculate maximum and minimum stress according to the given loading and given eccentricity with the help of equation P by A as a direct stress and M by Z as a bending stress, where M can be written as force into perpendicular distance as a distance E, and modulus of section, or we can say that the section modulus, which is I by Y, and for given rectangular system moment of inertia is BD cube by 12 and Y is equal to D by 2, as well as if in vertical direction then moment of inertia is dB cube by 12 while Y is equal to B by 2, and if circular section is given then moment of inertia is pi by 64 D raised to 4 while Y is equal to D by 2, and according to these we have to calculate the section modulus, moment, and with the help of moment and section modulus we have to calculate the bending stress. Now let us consider the stress distribution diagram for bending and direct stress as, let us consider the stress distribution along the eccentrically loaded column. We know that the total stress can be written as sigma D as a direct stress plus or minus sigma B as a bending stress. Now let us assume first case as bending stress which is equal to 0. It means that if axial load is given, or we can say that the eccentricity is equal to 0. In this case if we draw the bending stress value, then for maximum and minimum sigma B is 0. It means that the maximum value is sigma D as well as minimum value is sigma D. Hence our stress distribution diagram is rectangle where the maximum value as well as minimum value at end of the section is sigma D. Now going ahead for the second condition, if sigma D is greater than sigma B, it means that the maximum value as well as minimum value both is greater than 0 for the sigma D greater than sigma B case. It means that our diagram for point A as a sigma max as well as diagram at point B as a sigma mean both are in positive direction, or we can say that the compressive stress. So for sigma D greater than sigma B we have to draw a trapezoidal in the positive direction. Now let us consider third case as sigma D which is equal to sigma B. Now for this case our sigma maximum value is equal to 2 times the sigma d or 2 times the sigma b, as both the value is equal, and for maximum sigma d plus sigma b. And if we go for the sigma minimum value, then sigma d minus sigma b, which is equal to 0. Hence our diagram is triangular in nature, where maximum value is positive while minimum value is a 0. The fourth and final case is if sigma d value which is less than sigma b. Now for this case our maximum value is greater than 0 while the minimum value must be less than 0, as sigma d minus sigma b as a minimum, and if sigma d is less than sigma b, then our minimum value is less than 0. And for this case our bending stress diagram is sigma max as a positive and sigma min as a negative, or we can say that the compressive as well as tensile at minimum and maximum value. So these are the cases which is stress distribution along the cross section of given column. So these are the fundamentals which is going to be used in calculation of bending stress. Thank you.